Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Listen, you guys, a lot is going on. There is two shows that have come on Showmax. This Body Works for Me season 2 has premiered. I think it was on Tuesday, and then we've got this one on the show called Unfollow, you guys. So listen, we're going to talk about it because once again, Lady Zamar is telling her story. I'm going to talk about how I feel about what's going on with that show. And I'm going to get your thoughts too in the comment section. Thusi is also talking about her friendship with DJ Zinhle, which I always think that she is usually looking like she's more invested in the friendship than with DJ Zinhle. And then Ayanda Ncwane is owing some people some money. Okay, who else am I going to talk about? So let's do it, you guys. It's our morning gossip. Okay, let's do the countdown so that YouTube can send notifications, and then we're going to begin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel. And on this channel, Kulumama reality TV shows, my celebrities, my YouTubers. Listen, you guys, if you're joining me on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed. And also just like the stream. If you're joining me from Facebook, do the same, like and follow. If you're joining me from Twitter, also follow over there, you guys. Okay, we are building a new family in the other platforms. Okay, the Blue Clinic with Dr. Tabile is here. I sent you an Instagram actually asking something, Dr. Tabile. And Anna Mohape is here. Welcome, welcome, Dr. Tabile. Anna Mohape, Mohape. Lindell, thank you so much. Anna is in our membership. Lindell, morning waiting. You forget early today. Good, good, good. It's good that you, you woke up early. We had a dramatic Wednesday. Don't you want another Wednesday? Sicela omunye futhi interview. Sicela your husband as interview so that we can look forward to the next Wednesday. It's been a fun week. Precious Pearl. It's the morning after the day that was. I know, you guys. I want another Wednesday, okay? I just want another Wednesday to look forward to. Where's Promise? Promise, can we have another Wednesday? Tabu, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, welcome, you guys. We have a few stories to cover today. I want to see which one I want to do first, you guys. This Body Works for Me is a show on Showmax, you guys. I did my reviews for season 1, and I think I will review season 2 as well, depending on how it goes. I think when the show starts to bore me, then I stop doing my reviews. I have to be excited about the show so that I'm excited talking about it. So, Uxolimfeka, they had announced that Uxolimfeka is not going to be part of the show, you guys, and but we do see her in the first season, the first episode of season 2. And it was surprising that she was not going to come back because I did feel like the show kind of felt like Olimfeka was like the main person in the show, even though she wasn't giving a lot in terms of the storyline, you guys. Those who do not know what This Body Works for Me is a show on Showmax with about the lives of the girls that are in adult entertainment. We are talking people that work in clubs, they're stripping, people abenza ama-hookups, abantu abakuma OnlyFans, all of that. Okay, Abo Wandindlovu are part of that show. So we do see her in the first season talking about her friendship with Wandi Ndlovu. I was disappointed, you guys, last season when we saw their friendship ending. Apparently, they did content together, so they did some videos like adults videos, and there was some disputes in terms of how the money was distributed between the two of them. apparently uXoli did not pay, or allegedly she did not pay uWandi Ndlovu the money that she was supposed to pay to uWandi Ndlovu. And uXoli is saying, listen, the agreement had been that I was paying for the production, so Wandi never paid for the content to be produced. I paid for it. What she was going to gain uWandi from it was the exposure, because obviously if you do content with uXoli Mfeka, then you're going to trend or whatever. So that's all that she was going to get. And then Wandi now is disputing that and saying, no, you made a lot of money from this content that we did together. You should have paid me. So basically, that's how their friendship fell apart. So, and guys, she does look like she's hurt by the falling off, the falling off of the friendship. And so she just came in the first episode to talk about that, and also to, I guess she's saying goodbye because she says she wants to take a step back from everybody, which is an indication for me that I guess she's not going to do this season, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she's not going to do the show at all. Maybe she will come back next season. She does talk about the fact that her mom and grandmother are both in the hospital. And I was like, how hard is that? Okay. So if both your mother and your grandmother in the hospital, so she is dealing with a lot. So that's why she's taking a step back from the show. And I guess I did appreciate that first episode that she was part of it, for us to understand why she wasn't part of the show. And I feel like they felt the need to explain, because I guess people, when they announced who the cast was going to be for season 2, people are asking questions. Out of everybody, how can uXoli Mfeka, the person that is known in South Africa to be the adult entertainer, is not part of the show? So I guess we got to understand why she's not going to be doing the show. And I like the fact that there's hope that she will do it in the future. But I hope that when she comes back, she's going to give a little bit more, to the show than she did previously. Okay. Anyway, you guys, listen. The show Unfollow, okay, is there by Showmax, okay. So I watched the first episode earlier on this morning, you guys. I think there's just a little bit of the interview that I haven't finished. Episode 1 is Lady Zamar, you guys. Lady Zamar. This is what I wish, you guys, and this is going to sound horrible, okay? It's going to sound horrible because I am going to say that I wish that I had not heard Historical Lady Zamar before this interview here, because almost everything that she says in this interview is what she has said previously, And the thing about Lady Zamar's story is that every time she tells a story, there's just a little bit of, information that she would give that just makes you like feel like the worst person in the world, because every time she tells the story, then it just makes you have more questions, like, and then she tells, and then he has more questions. I don't want to lie. Initially, when she told the initial story, I was like, okay, this might have happened, because as a woman, I tend to want to believe a woman. Okay. But every time that she would tell the story, there would be information that we would just question, and you feel horrible about it, but you can't help not to use our brains to just ask some questions, you guys. And I think that at this point, if you believe Lady Zamar, don't feel guilty that you do. If you don't believe her, don't feel guilty that you don't believe her, because at the end of the day, none of us were there, you guys. So the interview, to be honest with you, it's her retelling the story of what happened with her, how the relationship started with Java. The show is called Unfollow. It's about how people are affected by being cancelled, I guess, on social media. And she tells the story of how their relationship began. It's a story that guys. It's a story that's on TikTok. It's a story that's on Twitter. It's a story that's on all her social media, because she tells the story all the time. The thing that I have an issue with, and I guess it doesn't matter because this is not my story, it's just the fact that Lady Zama waited to tell the story until it was revealed that she had dated a man that had a wife back at home. She waited until that time. So as part of her defend, it felt like that to me, like as part of her defending her position in dating with Java, she came out to say, listen, Java did this to me. She is asked in the beginning, did you know that Java was in a relationship? She does say, yes, I was aware that there was somebody in his life, but he had said to me that this is somebody that was like a caretaker. to his mom. So this was somebody that was taking care of his mom. But initially, she does answer the question to say, yes, I did know that he had somebody in his life. She talks about that day to say that Shava had come to the house with a friend to visit her, which for me is also strange because when she's describing her relationship with Shava in the beginning, she's talking about them not really being friends. It was like because in the music industry, they would be in the same spaces. He would be with his people, she would be with her people. And then all of a sudden, these two guys are visiting you at the house. And then this morning, this thing happens. Okay, we need that friend that was with Java that day to come and tell us the story of what happened that day, because at this point we don't know from these two. Okay, so that it happened. And then she says that that is how the relationship started. Guys, I mean, I know I sound like a horrible person, but guys, who gets art by somebody and then they date like that is the beginning of the relationship. Okay, but the interesting thing too, you guys, is she goes on to say it's not like immediately when that happened she recognized it as an R. Okay, she talks about how one day she's sitting with a friend. She had told friends about this experience. Okay, so and when she was telling some of her friends, she wasn't talking about it as it being an R. Okay, she was talking about it like, I guess when you're talking to your friend, okay, I had an experience with this guy. So one day she's telling another friend, like she had done with other friends. So she had told other friends, and none of the friends had said, listen, this is not the right thing to happen to you. I don't know. But she tells this friend is like, but the way you're talking about it, it sounds like an R. Okay, you are making it seem like it's an R. Okay, that's when she's like, maybe it is an R. And then that's when, so it's not like when she says, Shava did this to me, and that is how our relationship started. That at that point, when the relationship started, she recognized it as an R. Okay, so they got into their relationship, had their ups and downs in the relationship, and at some point they decided it's time to move on. She talks about how when she was in that relationship, it felt like a prison. Okay, felt like a prison. She didn't feel safe and all of that. Okay, this person that was always with her team, and also at some point she would break up with him and then they would get back together, but she felt like she was in prison, like he could do anything to her that he wanted to do. I'm not saying the story is untrue, but I'm talking about things that for me were just not making like 100% sense for me to be able to be like, okay, fine, I believe it. By the way, she does say that, listen, for her it doesn't matter if people believe her or not. You can believe her, she doesn't care. You cannot believe her, she doesn't care. So I guess we can do whatever. So and then what oh yeah, so they break up, you guys. So when the concert Gas Java happens, they had already broken up. They've gone their separate ways, and then this is where it happens. So basically she's saying, as part of her saying that she did not talk about this issue was because she was scared. She was in that relationship feeling like a prisoner, so it's not like she was free to just talk about it. But then at some point she didn't even recognize it as an R. But also, you guys, she had broken up with him, so she was not even in his life at the time when the concerts happened. So she could have spoken about it then, but she chose to speak about it because people started calling her a side chick and a homebreaker and all of that, you guys. So I'm not saying that this thing did not happen, but I'm saying there are things that are said when the story is being told that just makes you want to question, because guys, we can't help for the brain the brain works, and then it will just want to make sense of certain things, and certain things won't make sense. I've said it previously when I was talking about Lady Zamar, to say, you guys, that listen, I don't believe that the people that are not convinced that this thing happened are going to be convinced, and I don't think that people that are convinced are going to turn around. There are people that believe it, there are people that don't, and she should leave it and take care of herself. And if she still needs, like, she feels like she needs to heal, then she needs to take care of herself and seek some counseling and all of that. That is my opinion, you guys. I also do question why, you guys, every time that there's something that happens with Java's career, if Java is going to do like a big concert, if Java is going to do a big collaboration, every time, I don't know if it's coincidental, but every time that happens, Lady Zamar is going to go online and retell her story, and then it's revived again. Okay, I know for her, I guess it never gets old, because for her it's a new story. This is something that happened to her. It's always new, but I do find it interesting that every time, like it's a concert, it's a collaboration, it's a new album, guys, stuff. If people are talking about this driver, Lady Zamar is going online and talking about it. She does try to make it seem like it's not like she's being vindictive, but sometimes it seems like that. If every time a person is trying to do something, you're doing that. I guess, you guys, if someone has art you, then you have every right to do that. I don't know, you guys, but those are the type of things sometimes when you think about it that makes you question that, you guys. About the show, you guys, I think the presenter is really good. Of course, is always he is a good interviewer. But what I questioned, you guys, was that I felt like the show is one-sided. Okay, because I think that one thing that as South Africans we have learned recently is that as much as we support women and we do want women to report these incidences when they happen, exactly when they happen, and we want to support them, but we have also learned that women lie sometimes, and I think that in a show like this they do need to present both sides. I feel like that this is a show that is mainly created to support the people that are doing the interview. So this was about Lady Zamar. It is interesting to me that the person, let me show you uh the person that they decided to have, almost speaking like an expert of some sort in this issue, is somebody that herself had made some allegations previously. Let me just show the person. I won't say her name, okay? So this is Penny.
Around the world
Oh,
spoke
you
out
guys can't
against sexual harassment using just 2 words.
Okay, let me do this, okay? Put down the volume because Showmix is going to kill me. Yes, but anyway, you guys, it's Penny Lebiana. Okay. This is why I have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with her personally, but I feel like, but didn't Penny Lebiana also had like make some allegations of a similar nature? So I feel like they should have got like neutral people to come and comment. Like when they have someone comment on a documentary as sort of like an expert, but on a topic, So I was like, I don't think Penny Lebiane should be the one, because we know the side that she's going to take in this issue. But anyway, you guys, it is still a good interview, I guess. I don't know if we're going to gain any new information from these people being interviewed. And you guys, I think the one that is going to be interesting is Jub's interview, because I think Jub hasn't sat down and talked about the are allegations. So if he talks about the are allegations, that's going to be interesting, because that's for him. We haven't seen him. I think that when it comes to Lady Zamar and who's the other guy, the comedian, Tall Esmo, they've talked about the story enough that I don't think that there's anything new that we are going to gain from watching the episodes. But I guess it's still worth a watch. Okay, so that's what's going on here with Lady Zamar. She is retelling her story once again. Okay, she will tell it until you listen. Nohlanhla Mpele. Morning, everybody. Morning, 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 morning. Jabu, did I greet you? Did I greet you? Vuvu. Hello, Vuvu. Gonga. Hi, Vuvu. So that's what is going on here. Okay. Now, you guys, what's going on with DJ Zinhle and Pearl? Okay, this is the friendship that was like friendship goals when it was still on. Okay, so Zimocha is talking about how DJ Zinhle, not DJ Zinhle, Pearl, Thusi is talking about their friendship and explaining what's happening with their friendship. I guess, you guys, we can say that why is she always trying to explain it, but at the same time, I guess the people are always asking what's happening with the friendship. If people have seen you close and you're taking pictures together, I remember they used to even hold hands. There's so many pictures of them kissing, like you can see here, and all of that. And then all of a sudden, we don't see any of that. People are going to question whether you guys are still friends at all. Okay, I you still friends with DJ Zinhle? But sometimes our friendships, they go through waves, and it's like with celebrities, we don't expect that. But let's just read this article and find out what they say. Thusi said about their friendship. Thusi sets the record straight on why she and DJ Zinhle grew apart. Thusi's friendship with DJ Zinhle Chiane has of late ignited a lot of speculation. Some said they fell out, while others whispered that the two didn't have a fallout, but they just grew apart. The outspoken actress, TV host, and a mom has finally set the record straight on her friendship with Umlilo DJ. 4 years, the two have demonstrated unity as friends. Their children spent time together as sisters, and they went on holidays together. But suddenly it went quiet, and they were no longer seen together for a great deal of time. And instead, DJ Zinhle became closer and closer to the rapper and fashionista Muslim. Peltusi says they had a tiff, as all friends do, although they did not speak of for some time. She still considers her a friend. In recent interview on DJ Fresh's podcast, Pearl says, Zinhle and I have always been friends. I consider Zinhle to be a sister, to be honest, and I have three sisters, she says. There have been many times when we've had a sister where we don't speak for a year and a half or a long time just to give each other some space because we can't seem to find some sort of equilibrium. We are adults, we are growing, we are evolving. So sometimes we are going to have moments we are not agreeing on things. Pearl says the dynamic of the friendship have changed with Zinhle being married and having another child. I must say that our lives have evolved. There was a time you'll see us together because we were living together, she says. Then she moved out. Now she's married. She has another child. She's been through so much. She's building an empire. Here I am making sure that the empire is growing in a little way. I can as well. Pearl says that they will always be connected. I think there is a macroscopic energy towards us, you guys. Of course, you are hoping that if somebody comes and say, listen, I'm going to explain what happened between me and my friend over here, you are hoping that she's going to reveal some juicy stuff. Okay, what did you fight about? Obviously, you guys, things are not as smooth as they used to be. I think maybe they did fight about something, but maybe they don't consider it as significant. But sometimes in friendships, you guys, there are fights that you have with friends, and you think that you're going to recover from it as friends, and you never really do. But it's hard as a friend to admit that, what, this friendship is over. I don't think that they're ever going to hate each other, but maybe, the friendship has run its course. They're going to remain friendly with each other, but not friends. But she insists that they're still friends. They just don't have that much time to spend together anymore for whatever reasons that they have, you guys. So here it is, you guys. I do feel like I always used to feel like Pearl was more invested in the friendship. She was more, I guess maybe she's like that in friendship. She's more, she's the one that is more affectionate in the friendship. She liked the kisses and the hugs and the whatever. And Zinhle was a little bit more laid back. Okay. So maybe it will make sense that she will be the one that is more hurt if the friendship ends than the other person. So I think it makes sense. Hey Patty, morning, 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 morning. Lisedi, good morning. Good to have you here. I am here, Sanbonan Bashal. Hey Anna, hello, 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 hello. Anyway, you guys, listen. This is the reason I don't do well with going to church. Hey, I'm not a good church goer. I'm very horrible when I go to church because I'm that type of a person that if I'm going to go to church, I have to not know the minister of the church. I must not know Mama Fundis, because if I know you and I know your stuff, and I'm like, Mama Fundis, but I'm that person that is not able to listen to inchumayelo yakho if I know umgosi wakho ukuthi yo ubaba umfundisi is shitting on the wife, but there I can't, you guys, I can't do it. Okay. So we have the same situation here on YouTube because we have a colleague here that has come here preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching. Ngapha in the newspaper, she's owing usars, she's owing this person, she's owing that. Please pay your debts, okay? We can see the views on YouTube. You are obviously getting paid. Just pay these boys, you guys. I don't know the reason that this story keeps coming up because I looked at the date of this article that I am going to go through, you guys. it was written yesterday, 2 days ago. Okay, so it has basically just risen again. Okay, the story of Ayanda Ncwane not paying the boys that she had signed to her company Abathandwa. Okay, their royalties. Okay, for the song Abathandwa. So I think it might be intentional on their side, like they keep approaching newspapers to write about the story because they really want their money, and she's not paying them according to what they are saying right now. So this is a story we're going to go through today, where they are talking about the fact that Ayanda Ncwane has not paid them. Okay, the only thing that she ever gave to them was the plaque that they got for the song. Other than that, the composer of the music did not get paid, who is also the group member. The group members didn't get paid the royalties. So basically, even when they play the song right now on radio, it's not like they're getting any money from that. I guess Ayanda is getting money. I don't know, you guys. Okay, so that is the complaint, but we're going to read the article to clarify what they're saying exactly. I made it. Abo tries. I made it to my first live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, what are you trying over there by your channel? Okay, we need to check it out. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful. What's the day today? Thursday. Yeah, it's been a beautiful week. Okay, Precious and Labati. My opinion is she does want him back. Just scared on how to go about it. Every time Shava is trending for, she makes sure she is also trending. Shava is the only one way she would also trend. Do you think she wants him back though? Like that, how weird would that be? And that's why I say that to speak on these topics as a woman, it makes it very difficult because even when you watch an interview, there's a lot of things that you see that you want to say, "I man, but khona into engekho right lana kulo muntu lona," because where she's dating, but you don't want to say because listen, you guys, we don't want to make people push people to worse places mentally than they already are. So I am here to preach going to but the minister listen, I go to church, but the minister must the preacher must not be cheating on his wife. Okay. His children must not be wilding on the internet because while he's preaching, I'll be thinking about that. The wife must not have eaten people's stockful money or something like that. Then I'll go to church and listen to the sermon. And if it's not like that, then I won't hear anything that the the priest is saying. Abigail Malloy, hello, 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 welcome. It's good to have you here. 200 people are watching, only 7 likes. Get the likes up. Yes, thank you so much, Abo. Please, please, please like the stream because it's free to like the stream and it gives an indication to YouTube that you know what, you like it when I do the streams, and when you like it when I do the streams, then they're like, oh, okay, so let's promote this video over here. And we all know that with South African creators, they don't stream a lot. It's a new thing for us to stream, and so they will be like, okay, South Africans like it when creators stream, and then they're going to promote our streams instead of just promoting videos, because it does feel like YouTube promotes videos more than they promote streams. So yes, you guys, thank you so much, Abo, for that. We've got somebody that has liked from Facebook. Thank you so much. If you are not commenting, I won't know who you are. So if you're watching from any platform, please comment so that I can see that it's you. Okay. Abo tries. I prophesy to you that your name will soon be Abo made it. Yes. Yes, let that prophet happen, you guys. So this is what is happening with Abatan. Okay, let me just share the screen so that I can read it with Avatar. I really feel like you guys, I mean, if there's money owed to these boys, like they really need to pay that money over to them. That song really did good. I don't understand the reasons that they would not be paid for it. Okay, unless they signed something that they did not know they signed. Okay, because sometimes artists will come out here wanting the public support when they're fighting for things, but they they don't reveal that there's some documents that they signed or the contracts that they signed. Maybe they had already signed over the rights of the song to someone else. That's why that they're not getting the money, which I never understand why artists would do that. So I don't know, you guys. Abathandwa accused Ayanda Ncwane of alleged unpaid royalties for a Moya Wami 6 years after song's success. Okay, this is an article by Jessica Gaba, written at 8:01 p.m. last night for Briefly, the magazine Briefly. Okay, so it says Ayanda Ncwane and Abathandwa will still have some unresolved issues where their music royalties are concerned. It was, however, not all bad when things started out in the beginning. The group leader told the news publication that they were promised empowerment, among other things, by the late Sfiso Ncwane. And remember, you guys, they were discovered by the late Sfiso Ncwane, and then obviously after his passing, then Ayanda Ncwane did take over, I think, the management of the group, and they were also signed to her company, I believe. So I guess that this is what happened. And it all looked really great at the beginning. She was always with them. They were doing well, always dressed up very nicely. So I don't know what went wrong, you guys. I undertook over when the late gospel icon passed away. The leader of the group and group composer, Percy Nyoka, told this paper that whenever he would request to iron things out and receive what's theirs, a fight would ensue. Ayanda is the only one who knows everything regarding Abathandwa payments and royalties because everything is with her. As I speak to you, as a composer of our songs, I have not received a cent in royalties. I wonder, you guys, if he's saying I have not received a cent in royalties, it means that they have received some kind of payment, because I think there was one article where they were given like 30,000 or something like that to split between them. I have to go back to that article that I had done previously, you guys. So these are people commenting here. One, I think this is from Twitter, I think. It says here she must pay up, and then another one says it's karma time. You don't know the color of tomorrow. You don't know the color of tomorrow. The money is coming. You guys. I don't think that Ayan doesn't have the money. Okay, anyway, you guys, it's not like she needs to pay from her own money because it's supposed to be their royalties paid to them. So I don't know why the money wouldn't be going straight to the music composer. And I don't know, you guys, how listen, I would just go and get a 9 to 5, because sometimes this music industry is so complicated. Like you're working and working and working, and someone else is taking the money. And by the way, you guys, please watch. Maybe we must talk about it. Interview Nathi isn't Nathi Mankai, Unathi the singer. Here on YouTube, you guys, on King David's studios. Okay, good interview. Also, like a typical story of how you can work hard and then someone else can just decide this album belongs to me, and then they start taking all the money from the album. So yes, please watch that interview. Maybe we must talk about it on one of the lives, because I really think it was a really good and Nati has a really good life story. It's like it was like a nice interview. I watched it twice actually, because it was that good. But the music industry seems that way, you guys. There's always somebody that wants to gain from your hard work. Do they know the early bird is do they know the early bird and first con? Oh, guys, yes, you'll be going through a hard time and people are making jokes. What what does they say? We are not there, but you guys just sign anything. Maybe you sign all your rights away. I do suspect maybe the reason Ayanda can be so arrogantly silent on this issue, because at least you should come out and say, listen, this is what I want to clarify as far as this situation is concerned. I do not owe anybody anything, and this is proof that I've paid everything that is true to them. The fact that she's so arrogantly just silent, maybe she has some papers there that they signed, signing over everything to her. Okay. So I suspect, you guys, we don't know what she will come out and say, but those boys still need their money. Also, you guys, I hope that they can just move on and make other music. While they are fighting this, they can just move on and make more music, okay? Because they were talented. They still are talented, I think, because then it makes you look like even the reason that you were that successful back then was because of and how come you haven't heard any other hit song now, okay? So I think that they need to focus on that too. I always like before watching, so don't forget. Please don't forget to like. That's my thing. Even if I don't finish watching somebody's videos, I watch at least an advert or two and I like the video, okay? Because it is free after all. And also check if you are subscribed, you guys. Some people will think they are subscribed because they're getting notifications, but you can't get notifications without subscribing. So subscribe and press the notification bell too. So every time that we go live, you are informed, okay? And I'm happy. Oh, thank you. I receive. Yes, we receive it for you. Okay. That means so much to me. And that gave me hope. Listen, you guys, anybody that has a channel out here, just let us know because we support people over here. We will go to a channel, we will subscribe, we will watch a video or two. And just let us know. You can even go into the comment section instead of a chat and tell us that you have a channel and people will support. I have very supportive family here. Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about today. Those you guys that like my reviews, I am so behind. I think I'm going to catch up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I haven't done the Mommy Club. This body works for me. Ingane Zestembu. I'm so behind in so many shows, but we are going to catch up. We are going to catch up. So let me acknowledge the people in the comment section. Dr. Tavila was here, the Blue Clinic. Guys, check out her channel. And I'm happy the member, guys. We do have a membership on this channel. So if you want to join, there's a join button below. If you press it, it will tell you what to do if you want to become a member. Lindelwa Xoyiya was here. Precious Pearl was here. Jabusi Nyondo was here. Okay. Nonhlanhla Mbele was here. Thank you so much. Vuvu Gonqa was here. Petty Mchuno. And Lisette Siane was here. Abo tries, Abo made it. Okay. We are changing it. We are changing it. Abo made it. Precious Tlabati. Okay. I was here. Abigail Baloyi. Thank you so much, you guys. It's so good to wake up with everybody. Faith Dalasile. Did I read your comment? Okay, let me read this one because I don't think that's this one I had read. By Abo tries, Abo made it. Ayanda needs to do right and pay those boys. Abantu basecaweni give me trust issues, greed, jealousy, and evil hearts. Yo, Emma Sonto and you guys, it's yo. The evil that you will find there, sometimes you won't believe it. You won't believe it. Because really you over here preaching out about the color of tomorrow, overflow, what you could just do a simple good thing, which is pay the people their money. These boys are trying to make it in the music industry. So sometimes things like that, I just don't understand. And also just ignoring them is just so disrespectful. As a Christian, Umam prophet, where is she? Is she a prophetess now? It doesn't make sense. How are you going to convert us who are still wanting to be converted to go to church now? Oh, now it's like, and there's something it's not good. Hey, and Tando, you call me like the white people call me. Faith Dalasile, my sister is Faith too. I think Abathandwa didn't know what they were getting into in terms of the contract. Remember, Mamfundi to travel to Gauteng with one of the band members for a meeting, but there was no. Oh, I remember. I think I did that article, and there was some guy there, and they signed some things, but it's not like it was explained to them. I think I remember that story, Faith. I think I remember that story. You see, maybe they sign, but she must explain to them. Then she must tell them that you guys did sign this, and this is what it meant. Okay, I'm a very new Sabi here, and soon to become a member. I love it. Okay, I love it. Nomsi, yes, Nomsi Shongwe, you were here. Thank you so much for joining us. He was given a contract to sign by so-called white men after Mamfundisi had signed. He didn't read it. I guess he trusted. But guys, how many times have people said, read the stuff before you sign it? You know, in the bank, they would even explain it to you. This one says this because they know we don't read. Okay, this part of it explains this one, this part of it explains this, and this part of it explains this. Don't, especially in the music industry, you know, even when you get, you know, you are hired in a job, you guys, sometimes like those contracts that you sign is like a 3-page thing, you know, very light, you know, but you need to read it, you know. And I'm guessing with them, they probably write it in very small letters and maybe it's like 6, 9, 10, 15 pages. And the person will be like, hey, I'm not reading all of this. I'm just going to sign so that I get money. And also, it's a trust thing. You call yourself a Christian. Why would you not explain to these people what they're signing? Because it's a trust thing. These boys probably trusted her because at the time, she looked like she was good to them. I thought she was good to them because it looked like their career was really doing well when she was part of their lives. Okay. So it must have been a trust thing to them as well, where they felt like they could trust her. Okay. Those guys were promised everything. It's sad. It's very sad, you guys. It's very sad. And already, you guys, when you're in a group, because there's a lot of them, isn't that how many of them are there? It's a lot of them. So imagine like if you're an artist alone, let's say you do a performance, you paid 50,000, you know, maybe you're going to pay a dancer and what, you know, but imagine as a group, like there's like 10, 15 of you already. Njena imali is being split in so many ways. It's not going to be a lot, but then there's someone else who's even taking, you know, the few runs that you're making instead of giving it to you. It is unfair. Okay, they sign their rights away. It's sad. That's why I feel like I hope they didn't sign anything that says even if they make music in the future, it still belongs to Ayanda and the white man. Okay, because then they can just move on to be like, as sad as it is that we're not getting money, maybe they can focus on making new music, and maybe they will have another hit, and then they can just focus on that because you know the way that she's so silent, she has something against them. I feel okay. You have received it before, you are already doing something. Only those who go to church and wait for prophecy and say I receive when they are sitting on their behind at Abathandwa. Yes, you guys, you have to, even when you pray, you have to pray and do something. Imagine if I just prayed and be like, oh my God, I need a job. But I just sleep. I don't look at the newspapers. I don't go and apply and all of that. Even you like, I want to have a successful YouTube, but I don't wake up and do videos. Would that even make sense? God will be like, even if I want to answer this prayer, how am I going to answer the prayer? So you have to do something. How does she sleep at night? He used those boy. They even appeared. Yes, they did. They made an appearance on it was season one. Mm. And she said that she was managing the group. She had this great whatever plans for them, plans for the future. They were basically her storyline in, in season one. Yo, guys, yo, people, Imali, yo, interesting interview with Nati, with yo, that interview. But guys, I don't think that David does any bad interview. Like honestly, like you would be sitting for 3 hours watching King David's interview, and you won't even realize you've been watching for 3 hours. Like every single minute of the interview is like, yo, she's like one of the best interviewers we have over here on YouTube. I love his interview, but Nati's interview, you guys, please watch it. Thank you, Dino, that you wake up, make up, and make these videos every morning. I need to go now. Thank you so much, Prel. I appreciate it. It saddens me how nonchalant she is about the whole situation. It's like she doesn't even care. She won't even comment on it, or just post something on Instagram to just explain the situation. Listen, my team and I are looking at this issue. I don't have anything against the boys. I still wish them the best. Whatever. Acknowledge them as human beings who have like legit, complaints. If you need to explain that they had signed the thing away, that's the reason they're not getting the money, then explain that to them, or post something so that they see it and realize it. But if you're just quiet and you're over on YouTube just preaching, uzoyithola kanjani hlele yes, Yes, Anna, kanjani uzoyithola kanjani nje? It's there by the stage. You must wake up, go to the stage and perform. I just went to her channel and asked if she paid those boys. We need to ask. We need to ask because I'm not listening to no preaching. Did you pay the boys? And if you didn't, why didn't you? Does she answer the comments though? Because I don't think she even acknowledges comments. I don't like creating on commenting on creators as a viewer because I'm also a viewer. I don't like viewing people, watching people that don't acknowledge comments or even comment back. Like, I will watch you, but not comment. If I know that you don't answer and you don't at least acknowledge with the heart, because sometimes I know with myself I can't keep up with the comment. But at least I want it to be acknowledged with the heart that you saw my comment, you read my comment, you know. So the last time I checked, she wasn't acknowledging the comments. So it's like maybe someone else is even reading the comments. Are you waiting for a response? I wonder if she will respond, you guys. But it's very sad. It's very sad. I think that she needs to address it and treat them respectfully. I'm sure she has made money on those boys, okay? And if she feels she deserves it, maybe she did spend some money on them. Because remember how they used to dress, you guys. I used to think about how much it costs for them to dress like that. And also back then, you guys, they did a lot of performances. And I wonder if that money for the performances they got, you know, because back then they would appear on TV like SABC shows, they will come and perform and all of that. So I do wonder that back then the money for the performances, did they get that money, you know? Because here the complaint is about the royalties on the song, okay? So yeah, you guys, I hope it's sorted, but Mama Mfundisi here doesn't look like she cares. Not at all. At least if viewers must know that who they're dealing with. Yeah, but chronic blindness when it comes to like amasonto, you guys, chronic blindness abakhona. It's like otherwise Abo Bushiri will not have followers, you know, because sometimes like there will be so many scandals on this person, but people are still so loyal on this person. Is innocent. I did a Bushiri video. I mean, I don't care about Bushiri, whether he's a true prophet and a false prophet, whatever. I just did a video because there was a trending story on him and the girl that he was wanting to, you know, whatever. I did that so that it doesn't someone come into, we still love Papa. I don't care what you do with these videos of yours, we still love Papa. I'm like, then love your Papa. You know, I don't care about your Papa. So there's always this blindness that comes with following people when it comes to churches. Like people will not want to look at anybody else. Hey, Umam Mfundisi Lona, everything they do, I guess is right. I don't understand it. Dado, remember those guys are from rural areas. I don't want to say illiteracy, poverty played a role. They trusted her. Those guys' livelihood is messed up. This affected their families. And I get that, you guys, even though I wouldn't say that illiterate to a point where they can't read, but I think that if you are number one, you are from the rural area, all you know how to do is sing. Okay, you're singing, you meet Sfiso Ncwane. Okay, Sfiso Ncwane is like, listen, I'm going to be your person here in this industry. You are protected, everything. Then he passes away, and then the wife is like, you know, you assume the wife is going to, you know, has the same wishes for you that the, you know, the husband had. Then now she takes you from, you know, KZN to Joburg in its own, you guys. Okay, I don't know ukuthi mawufika ngama-text now ufike la maybe bona bafike ngeplane, but I remember my very first taxi ride to Joburg, and then ufike laphayana like ikubeka khona i-text, you like, I've never seen such a busy place. Okay, so Joburg itself is a shock, but I mean, obviously you're with the person you trust. Okay, you know, obviously maybe they use the plane, you get there, this person has flew you to Joburg. Anyway, we have this person that because I'm working on, you know, maybe don't ask too many questions, just send some papers, whatever. So you know, I can see how that can happen. Ayanda came in as a big deal with big bang and captured her heart. They know what she's doing, but they are blinded by them charlatans. Hey, yeah. Phela nemithi futhi labantu bayayisebenzisa, even though, you know, even though they won't say. That's why people are so blinded. Not Papa. You should have seen the comment section when some comments I had to delete. I was like, I can't have this craziness here. on my channel. They love their papa, not God. That's the thing. Like the papas are treated like God, the men of God. When they say the men of God, that's true. And you'll go back and watch again and again. Davis is a great interviewer of notes. Oh, wonderful interviewer. Wonderful interviewer. I like listening to his interviews while I'm working. I'm starting to wonder about Ncwane. Maybe hey, let's tool. Let us tool you guys, because honestly, if I had to ask, what does Ayanda do for a living? Just a question. What does Ayanda do for a living? She lives a very comfortable lifestyle, but what does she do for a living? If she's even failing to manage these groups that Babngane left for her to manage when she passed, okay? I don't comment either to people who do not acknowledge our comments. I even stop watching others. Yeah, I think it's boring. I think you, as a viewer, sometimes you just want to know that the person thinks you very important, they appreciate your view and all of that. So when it's not, and guys, I mean, putting a heart is just, then you can go back maybe when you have time to, and I can see how it can be crazy, but just put a heart. Just put a heart. Your viewers will appreciate it, I know. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I have to go now. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to do an evening stream, so watch out for my community post and your notifications too. Do not forget to like the stream. And guys, if you are in a Wi-Fi free zone, please let the stream run again so that we can make money on the adverts. Thank you so much for people on YouTube. Thank you so much for Facebook people and the Twitter people. You are appreciated. Okay. Please share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngenithanda kakhulu.